literally me. Hey everyone, Duskade here to review Literally Me Syndrome, where people strongly associate themselves with characters mainly from movies and shows. It has been portrayed by several memes, typically poking fun of the person relating themselves to such characters who often have negative qualities, like being a psychopath or a misogynist. My case in point, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
I love all the people online that are like, people that idolize characters like Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Clearly shows that you didn't get it. You didn't get the film. It's like, what? Oh, so you're saying when he steps on a dog, I'm supposed to not like that? What? He's a bad guy? I missed that point completely. I was just going, oh, that's awesome. You didn't get it. He's supposed to be a bad... Oh, okay, cool. I guess there's something to say about it being criticism on materialism. And people are still, I guess through memes subconsciously, playing it up as his ideal figure. Who fucking cares? The memes are funny.
It's American Psycho. Now, it's a funny movie if you're a sick bastard like I am.
Many people enjoy the character of Patrick Bateman, not because of his irredeemable actions, but because of the memes, the phenomenal acting performance of Christian Bale, and the significance of the story. To summarize it for this video, it is about being a person living two different lives, one being a wealthy New York banking executive who is professional during the day, the other being a gruesome serial killer driven by madness at night.
Hey, Paul!
With society, Bateman wants to, quote, fit in.
I want to fit in.
While being able to stand out from everyone else simultaneously by showing off his self-made personality, one heavily influenced by consumerism. But despite how much he tries standing out, even after exposing his second life, he is just seen as another person amongst the others who, similar to Bateman, are questionable and possess skewed priorities, like having the best business card.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
There are people in the real world who might relate themselves to the character of Patrick Bateman because they too live separate lives, where with one they might hide parts of their personality in order to fit in with a public setting. This is not particularly a bad thing, and it's quite normal, just like wanting to stand out from everyone. God forbid that trait doesn't turn into being a special snowflake.
I hate my generation. Oh, man. Ooh, we have a special snowflake.
From personal experience, I've encountered many people who think they're special, when in reality, that which they think makes them special is not actually very special. It's common for people not wanting to be considered as just another person or number, like Agent K is in the movie Blade Runner 2049. This character, played by Ryan Gosling, is another prime example of Literally Me Syndrome. Those who have come to grips with the reality that they aren't that special can relate more with K. Being a replicant, which is a genetically engineered bioenhanced person, he is introduced as one of many agents of the LAPD, where he is tasked to hunt down older replicant models. I won't get into the specifics. I do want to mention that he has a virtual girlfriend though.
And yet, voila.
Seems similar to a generation of weeaboos and their 2D relationships with animated characters.
急がないと遅刻しちゃうよ。
行ってきます。
いってらっしゃい。気をつけてね。
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Oh. You don't like real girls.
After a certain discovery, Agent K realizes that he might be a real human, not a replicant. In his perspective, this could mean that he is special. That narrative builds throughout the movie, with each bit of supporting evidence giving him more hope during his journey. Although it seemed promising, the truth turns out that he isn't a real human being, and that he is, in fact, just another replicant.
You imagined it was you.
Such a revelation devastates him, leaving him on a lost path of despair. Despite being the main character, his destiny was not to be the chosen one like Anakin Skywalker is in Star Wars. Instead, he turned out to be your average Joe.
You look lonely. I can fix that. You look like a good Joe.
Patrick Bateman and Agent K are the only two I'm going to dive into detail with. I've observed other popular Literally Me characters from movies such as Joker, Drive, Taxi Driver, Fight Club, and Falling Down. I don't need to explain them because they are very similar. Most of them deal with isolation, and most of them except for Drive deal with the dissatisfaction of the world and society.
Whatever it is, he should clean up this city here, because this city here is
like an open sewer, you know? It's full of filth and scum. And sometimes I can hardly take it.
As these movies became more trendy, YouTubers have been making more content on them, while labeling many of those who enjoy the films as edgelords, incels, and outcasts. These words have been watered down over time and don't always necessarily mean what they are literally supposed to mean. However, I would agree that these types of people would be more attracted to the films. The thing is, you don't always have to be an edgelord to appreciate dark content, an incel to experience relationship issues, or a social reject to be upset with society. I don't want to see these fine films of art to be stained with the stereotypes they've been associated with. I'm sure there can be some understanding to that, just like how we can understand that some points made in the films were comically true.
Turn around, look at that. You see what I mean? It's plump, it's juicy, it's 3 inches thick. Now, look at this sorry, miserable, squashed thing.
It doesn't take an edgelord to recognize false advertising, and for those who don't know what an edgelord is, you can watch my video on the topic. They want you to picture them like this, when in reality, they're more like this. Now that I look back at my video, one of the symptoms I listed of being an edgelord was to express the deep negative outlook on life through quotes on imagery. I've discovered just that with an Instagram page I follow with photos of the same characters I'm speaking of now, but most of it's meant to be satire. He's dressed like me. I also eat alone. The first rule of Fight Club is to live, laugh, love. Yeah, I drive the bitches away. That bisexual girl with the dyed hair is not the love of your life. The only issue I have with the literally me meme is that it doesn't explore other types of people that much. Let me show you some context. Besides that, I'm left with a question you might be able to help me with. Do most of the literally me pictures depict dark and edgy themes due to the origin of the meme showing so? Or is it just because these themes are more relatable, making them literally the most of us?